Okay, so you're trying to make social media work for your business, right? And maybe it feels like, I don't know, shouting into the wind sometimes.
Uh-huh. Especially if you're not selling, like, the trendiest new gadget. Something practical.
Exactly. Like, how do you make that pop? And then there's the whole figuring out what's actually working from all the noise, all the data. It's a lot.
It really is. You've got tons of info, maybe, but you need that clear path. Like, what levers should you actually pull?
Precisely. Which is why this deep dive is so cool and why we're tailoring it just for you today. You sent over this really detailed analysis looking at the TikTok strategy for Aspiradoras Lux Ecuador.
Yeah, it's a great little case study, a real company, real products, specific market. And this analysis gives us, concrete data on their hits and misses.
So our mission here is basically to unpack this analysis for you. We'll pull out the key insights, figure out what landed, what didn't, and what the numbers are really saying about how they can level up their TikTok game.
Think of it as getting the cliff notes on this specific situation, getting you informed quickly.
All right, let's set the scene. Who is Aspiradoras Lux Ecuador on TikTok? What are we dealing with?
Okay, so this isn't some new startup. They've got history, European quality, tradition going back to 1901, big focus on health and cleaning systems.
Right, like those water vacuum cleaners, the
Yeah.
ones that do furniture, mites, all that.
Exactly. Those multifunctional ones with water filtration, plus floor polishers, for hard floors, waxing.
Ah.
They do water purifiers too, 5 stages. And they offer their own technical service, repairs, parts.
So it's a whole system approach, really. Health, cleaning, durability.
Yeah.
That European heritage probably builds trust.
Definitely. And their TikTok content, based on this analysis, is super practical. Lots of demos.
Showing the product in action.
Yeah, exactly. Videos washing furniture, cleaning carpets, and the big payoff visuals always showing the dirty water afterwards. Like, look what came out.
The gross but satisfying shot. Classic.
Totally. It hammers home the result. They use local hashtags too. Hashtag Aspiradoras, hashtag Limpieza de Casa, keeping it focused on Ecuador and their niche. And they lean on that history, that 1901 date, to connect with their target audience.
Which is who, mainly?
Seems to be housewives, maybe some small business owners, families there in Ecuador, people who value that quality and reliability.
Okay, got it. So that's the background. Now let's get into the juicy part, the performance. What did the analysis say about how this content actually did?
Well, the overall numbers, likes, comments, shares per view suggest they've got a decent base, for this kind of niche product. It's connecting somewhat.
But there's room for improvement.
Oh, yeah. The analysis clearly points to opportunities for way more interaction.
So what did work well? What got people engaging?
The clear winners, those practical demos we talked about, they are the stars.
Like the carpet cleaning ones.
Exactly. The analysis highlighted specific examples showing how the machine washes directly washing carpets, removes stains, recovers the original colors, that kind of visible transformation.
People love a good before and after.
Totally. Or that other example, look how all this chocolate is coming out of this furniture from car seats. It's just undeniable proof right there.
Can't argue with dirty water full of chocolate.
Okay.
Okay, so demos are king. Anything else stand out?
Yeah, something a bit surprising, nostalgia.
Nostalgia. For vacuum cleaners?
Sort of.
Yeah.
There was this one video about their old polishers. It mentioned, like, the polishing machine your grandmother used.
Ah, okay. Tapping into those memories.
Exactly. And the analysis showed that posts got way more comments than usual. It struck an emotional chord. Plus, it mentioned Electrolux positively in that context.
Oh, interesting. So associating with another known trusted brand helped.
Seems like it. It added credibility, kind of subtly, so strong demos and a touch of emotion or trusted association, those worked.
Got it. What about things like calls to action or tying into events?
Good question, yeah. Content with clear CTAs like request your demo now, or videos connected to local events.
Like that Furniture Fair 2025 they mentioned?
Precisely. The video inviting people, come visit us with your family. We are Lux Ecuador. That kind of stuff correlated with their best performing periods or directly drove good engagement. Linking online to offline clearly helps.
Okay, so we know what's hitting the mark. Demos, nostalgia, clear CTAs, event tie-ins. Now for the flip side, what did the analysis say just didn't work?
Yeah, the analysis was pretty blunt here. Generic promos, especially for services, really fell flat.
Like what?
There was one video just saying, we have technical service for your machine. Very low engagement.
Yeah, I can see that. It's not visual, is it? Like cleaning a carpet shows you something.
Yeah.
Saying we fix things is Abstract.
Exactly. No visual dynamism. And similarly, another one just offering, we have demonstrations at home, also pretty low engagement. Just too generic, didn't stand out.
No compelling hook.
Right. And the analysis also picked up on a broader pattern. Videos over a minute long, or ones that felt slow, tended to lose people fast. TikTok's pace is quick.
All right, keep it snappy. So the lesson there is generic announcements, especially for stuff that isn't visually exciting on its own, probably won't fly. You need a story or a visual.
Or at least a much clearer benefit shown quickly. And keep it relatively short.
Makes sense. Okay, so that's content type. What about when they post it? Did the analysis look at timing and consistency?
It did, and this is a big area of opportunity identified. They looked at posting frequency over time.
It was a pattern.
On average, about 5 or 6 posts a month. But it fluctuated. Like they hit 10 posts in March, probably because of that furniture fair.
Right, pushing content around the event.
Yeah. But then there were other times with big gaps between posts.
And how does that compare to, like, typical TikTok advice?
Well, best practices usually suggest posting way more often, maybe 3 to 5 times a week to stay visible and keep the algorithm happy. So 5, 6, and nothing is, well, it's pretty low.
So just being more consistent could make a difference.
The analysis definitely suggests that. Just showing up more regularly could significantly boost their reach over time.
Okay, consistency matters. But during the week or day, did they find any sweet spots for this audience in Ecuador?
Oh yeah, the data was quite specific here. The best engagement seemed to happen on Wednesdays, between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Interesting. Mid-afternoon, midweek.
And weekends were also strong, especially Saturday and Sunday evenings, say between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m.
That feels intuitive, right? Weekends, people are home, maybe scrolling after dinner. Wednesday afternoon, maybe hitting that midweek slump looking for distraction.
Could be. It aligns well with when families or people managing households might be active online.
And what about the worst times? When should they maybe not post?
The analysis flagged morning posts as performing poorly. Specifically, Thursday and Friday mornings, like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., showed significantly lower engagement.
Okay, that's super actionable. Avoid those late morning slots. Focus on Wednesday afternoons and weekend evenings. Lesson learned.
Definitely. A clear takeaway on optimizing timing.
So we've talked content, timing, consistency. Did the analysis touch on anything else, like the overall vibe or missed opportunities?
It did. It looked at their risk profile, which was interesting.
How so?
Basically, the account is super safe. Exceptionally low risk for anything like profanity, controversy, violence, you name it. The tone is very professional, very educational.
Which is good, right? Means it's safe for families, businesses.
Exactly. And it makes them very brand safe for potential partnerships. Like that positive mention of Electrolex fit right in because the whole environment is non-controversial.
Okay, so a solid, safe foundation. But, is there a but? Does playing it too safe mean missing out?
Well, that's what the analysis suggests might be happening. It identified some pretty significant untapped opportunities.
Like what? What are they missing?
One thing is variety in the narrative. The demos are strong, but the overall tone is mostly just educational or maybe a bit salesy, like, buy now.
So, not much emotional range or inspiration.
Pretty much. And linked to that, a huge missed opportunity, according to the analysis. 0 identified influencer collaborations.
Wow, none at all. That seems like a big miss on TikTok.
Right. Partnering with local Ecuadorian creators, maybe people focused on home, cleaning, lifestyle, could be a massive way to reach new audiences who already trust that influencer.
Yeah, that feels like a natural fit. Get someone else to show off how great the vacuum is.
Exactly. Another area is not really jumping on TikTok trends.
Ah, okay, so they're not using the popular sounds or formats.
Generally, no. Not incorporating trending music often, not participating in challenges, not really tapping into huge communities like #CleanTalk or #CleanWithMe, even though their product fits perfectly.
So they're showing cleaning, but not necessarily in the style that gets cleaning content seen by millions on TikTok.
You got it. They're missing out on that organic reach and the sort of cultural currency of the platform. And related to that, while they use some local hashtags, the analysis suggested they could broaden that out, use things like #HogarLimpio more consistently.
Okay. And anything about who they're reaching or not reaching?
Well, the focus seems tight on housewives and businesses, which makes sense. But the analysis suggests there's potential to appeal to younger audiences or new families, maybe through more inspirational content, home makeovers, or even making cleaning seem less dull.
Yeah, maybe even a bit fun, if possible. Okay, so lesson 6, feels like.
Yeah.
Diversify the story, use influencers, speak TikTok's language, and maybe think about broadening the audience appeal.
That sums it up well. Leverage what's working, but don't be afraid to branch out.
The analysis also kind of laid out a timeline, right? Showing how things changed over time.
Yeah, which is helpful to see the cause and effect. It pointed back to October 2024.
That was the nostalgia post about the polisher.
Right, and that's when comments spiked. So October showed, hey, emotion works, even for us.
Okay, then what?
Then November 2024, engagement dipped. The analysis linked this to some content being maybe too long or not visually punchy enough.
So November was a reminder, keep it sharp, keep it visually interesting.
Exactly. Fast forward to March 2025, big peak in activity.
That was the furniture fair month, right? With the strong demos.
Yep. March proved that linking to events and delivering those killer visual results really moves the needle. Proof positive.
But even during that strong month, that generic technical service post still flopped.
Great point. It reinforced that even when things are going well overall, a weak message for a less visual service just won't cut it. Needs a different tactic.
And then more recently, June 2025, a bit of a decline again.
Yeah, a moderate dip. And the analysis saw that as underlining the need for ongoing consistency, keeping up the quality, and diversifying the content. You can't just rely on event peaks.
So the timeline really tells the story. Demos and events are great, but you need consistency, quality, and strategic variety for the long haul. And don't forget emotion.
You nailed it. Peaks are driven by specific actions, but the baseline needs constant attention.
Okay, this is incredibly clear. So wrapping this all together, based on everything this deep analysis found, what's the actionable plan for Aspiradoras Lux Ecuador? What should you, listening, take away as concrete steps?
All right, let's boil it down. The analysis gives a pretty clear roadmap.
Step 1, timing. Got to fix the timing.
Absolutely. Prioritize posting Wednesday afternoons, 2 to 6 p.m., and weekend evenings, 6 to 8 p.m. Those are the proven winners.
And definitely cut back on those Thursday, Friday morning slots that weren't working.
Right. Maybe even experiment, as the analysis suggested, with some later night posts like 8 to 10 p.m., see who's online then, and definitely up the frequency. Maybe aim for consistency on Monday afternoons too.
Okay, timing fixed. What about the actual content?
Keep doing the strong visual demos, the carpet gunk, the dirty water, that stuff works, but maybe add prompts. Ask questions in the captions or video, get people talking.
Make it more interactive.
Yep.
And diversify, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
Bring in user stories, testimonials, show the human impact, how the cleaner changed someone's home life, not just the mechanics. Look at how other brands do testimonials well.
Good idea. What else on content?
Try some inspirational stuff. Those before and after transformations can be huge. Maybe align the style with hashtag clean talk trends, not just the hashtag.
And maybe humor.
Yeah, why not? A little light humor, maybe exaggerating cleaning struggles or using a fun trend in a relevant way could help reach younger folks, and definitely rethink the technical service content.
How? Show the actual repairs.
Do short clips of fixes, happy customers picking up machines, maybe quick audio testimonials. Make that visual or story driven too.
And quality, quality, quality. Shorter videos?
Definitely. Aim for that 20-30 second range that works so well on TikTok. Keep visual sharp. And use trending sounds or effects where it makes sense for the brand. Don't force it, but don't ignore it.
Keep leveraging local events. Expand the hashtags.
Yep. And the big one, collaborations. Seek out those local influencers, cleaning, home, lifestyle. Start building those partnerships. It's a major untapped channel, according to this analysis.
And finally, keep watching the numbers, right?
Crucial. This analysis is a snapshot. They need to continuously monitor what works as they make these changes and keep adjusting. It's an ongoing process.
So for you listening, the big picture from this deep dive on Lux Ecuador is
It's that you've got this clear blueprint now. They have a really solid core with their product demos. That's undeniable. But the path to real growth seems to lie in being smarter about when they post, broadening the story beyond just function, adding emotion, inspiration, maybe humor, figuring out better ways to show off services, and really leaning into the community aspect of TikTok through trends and collaborations.
taking that practical foundation and making it more dynamic, more connected on the platform.
Exactly. This analysis gives you the specific data points to make those targeted changes.
Which really leaves us with a final thought for you to consider. How does a business selling something fundamentally practical, a cleaning machine, truly thrive in the visual, fast-paced, often emotional world of social media like TikTok.
Yeah, how do you blend that core utility message with the kind of storytelling and trends that capture attention and build like a real brand connection?
What unexpected angles could even a vacuum company explore to stand out and resonate beyond just showing it cleans well? Something to chew on.
Finding that sweet spot between function and feeling online.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for bringing us this really specific, data-rich analysis to dive into. It's a fantastic real-world example.
Glad we could unpack it for you. It shows there's always a story to tell, even for the most practical products.